My face is back this week. No, well it is, but you get the point. So it's Wednesday. I'm Ken. You're watching the Rainbow Crew, and it's Answers Week. Alright, now that we got the basic stuff out of the way, I want to apologize. Last week, I know my face wasn't there for longer than 2 seconds. I didn't feel that great. Didn't really feel like talking. My notebook was the best option, but I'm gonna try not to do that anymore. Unless, you know, of course, need to. Or if I have to, I'll actually make a, what do you call those things? Titles? You know what I'm talking about? You can look it up. Okay, so last week we asked each other questions. This week we're answering those questions. So this is part 2 of Question and Answers Week. So everybody asked a lot of good questions. I was kind of surprised. No, I don't want to use surprised. I don't know what the word I want to use, but they were really good. I had to think more than I thought I would. How about that? That works. Okay. So I'm going to start with Roisin, because her questions were pretty good. They made me think. And for everybody else's sake, Roisin, I had so many answers to your questions. Both the personal and the general question. If you want to know every single answer, we can take it up on Tumblr or Twitter or something. I'll show you. We can take it up there, because for the sake of everybody else, I'm going to keep it short. Okay. So Roisin's personal question to me was, who do you ship on Glee? And like I said, there's a lot of answers to this. Cause I can find just about any, whether it's a canon shipper, a crack shipping Glee, and I can get into it if I try hard enough. But the two that I'm going to provide for the sake of this answer is Faberry and Britannia. If you don't know what either of those are, which I'd expect non-Glee fans wouldn't, Faberry is Quinn and Rachel, and Britannia, I shouldn't have to explain Britannia, but it's Brittany and Santana. Okay, so there's that. Her next question, her general question for everybody was, who are your celebrity crushes? I'm reading this off a WordPad that I wrote, so forgive me. And I honestly spent a good few hours, and I came up with this really long list. There's about that many. It was about that big. But for the sake of it, I shortened it to the two celebrities I guess I most crush on. And that would be Missy Peregrine, you catch her in Rookie Blue, and Kyler Lee. She played Lexi on Grey's Anatomy. And she just got killed off, but I'm gonna jump off that subject now before I start turning this into a rant. Marquette, his question to me was, what is your favorite genre of music? And this question is easy to answer. I don't have a favorite genre of music. I have to like the song. I think I answered this already, but I have to like the song. I like a whole, I mean, if we want to like divide all the songs I like into different categories, there would be a lot of them in a lot of genres. So I really can't answer that with a specific answer other than I don't have a favorite. So next question is general questions. I kind of dumbed these down a little bit so it was easier for me to get them. I don't know. His first question, general question, was, what is your favorite color and why? Like, why do you think that color represents you? Well, my favorite color is red. As for why I like it or how do I think it represents me, I have no idea. I just kind of like the color red. For me, colors are really weird because I could spend so much time liking a certain color and then literally, like, the next day, I have a new favorite. So, for me, it's just weird. His next question was, what animal do you think relates to you the most? This is another good question I really don't have an answer for. I don't know. It's a good question. I haven't really given that much thought about it, I guess. The next question was, he did word this weirdly at first, so I kind of wrote it down, to what I thought he wanted. So, Marquette, if I get this wrong, I'm sorry. And if I pronounce your name wrong, I'm sorry. I probably should have said that first, but I am sorry if I get it wrong. Okay, his next question was, what's the one goal in the world you want to do most before you die? Like, if you could accomplish one thing before you die, what would that be? And this one I have an answer for. Some kind of, I don't know what, like, exactly, like, if we got down to, like, all the technical details it would be, but I want to do something in LGBT activism. I haven't really gotten down to, like, the nitty-gritty of what that thing in activism is, but I know it's something in LGBT activism, if that answer suffices. Alright, next to Edgar. His personal question, I did not understand this at all, and I hope I got this right. He asked, what color do you think moles correspond with your personality? I have no idea. I don't even understand this question. I don't understand this question, so I don't know. But, you know, yeah, I don't know. No. And then his general question was, if you had all the money in the world and you could only spend it on one thing, not like multiples of one thing, but just one thing, what would that one thing be? And for me, if I only could spend it on one thing, I don't think I would spend it on anything. Because if I had all the money in the world, I mean, there's so many things that, you know, I'd want to, like, get and pay off and whatnot. So I don't think I could spend it on only one thing. I think I would kind of have to spend it on multiple things. And I saved Brady's question for last, because I kind of like this question. Brady asked, what made you want to start this collab channel? And, actually, that's a good question. I had always wanted to start, ever since I saw, who was it? The Beaver Bunch. They're a great group of collabers. I'll post their link in the description box for you guys to go check them out. I'm a big fan of one of their collabers, their Wednesday collaborator, AJ. And, I spent a lot of time watching AJ's videos, and I found out she was on the Beaver Bunch. So I started to go watch the Beaver Bunch, and I became a fan of, you know, everybody else. And one day I was sitting there thinking, that'd be really cool to do something like that. And once, I think it was a Saturday night, and I kid you not, like 12:45 in the morning, I looked at my mom and I was like, I'm gonna start a collab channel. And she looked at me and she was confused and she was like, okay. And so that started that brainchild. And so then my next thought was, okay, how do I do this? So I went onto Trevor's Space and I made a queer and questioning post, and I got a few people interested. I sent out a group message to all of my friends, and I got you guys, and, you know, I sat there that same night. This all happened in one night, I kid you not. After I got all the members, I sat there, I made the collab channel. You know, you guys all know the process of asking for the intros that never really came about. I sat there and I thought of topics. I sent a message out for all the topics, and here we are now, you know, 6 weeks later, we're still doing pretty good. And so, I mean, I guess to answer his question in a more simpler term, it was, I'd always wanted to, but I never really had the courage to, I guess. Until one night, it just kind of, I was like, you know, I want to do this and I'm going to go for it. And I did. So, yeah, that's about all the questions that I remember getting. I remember watching. If I missed yours, I'm sorry. Let me know in the comments. I'll put an annotation or something. But, yeah, I think that's about everything. These are some good questions. These are some really good questions as I go and reread them again. And that's about all I have to say for this week. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, all that. tomorrow is Brady. We're glad to have him and Eric back posting. We missed them. It was kind of weird not having to see his video after mine. I admit it was kind of weird. But yes, Brady is back tomorrow. Well, he was back Saturday, but you get where I'm going with this. Make sure you check out Eric and Edgar's videos, their responses to the questions. Yeah, that's about it. I will see you guys next week.